A very good noon to one and all. So in the previous class we have learned about some of the protractor. So we enter into the angular measurements concept. So before continuing these types of various instruments of angular measurement instruments, one simple concept we have learned about the simple concept like line and measurements, line and standard measurements. Okay, so a length may be measured as a distance between the two lines or as a distance between the two parallel faces. So the instruments for direct measurement of linear dimensions. So an instrument. So the instruments for direct measurement of linear measurements are two types of categories: line standards and end standards. So in the line standards, when the length is measured as a distance between the centers of two engraved lines, it is called a line standard. So both material standards, yard and meter, are the line standards. So the most common example of line measurements is the rule with divisions, as shown as lines marked on the instrument. Okay, so these are the line standards. So some characteristics of line standards are scales can be accurately engraved, but the engraved lines themselves possess thickness, and it is not possible to take the measurements with high accuracy. A scale is a quick and easy to use over a wide range. The scale markings are not subjected to wear. However, the leading ends are subjected to wear, and this may lead to undersized measurements. A scale does not possess a built-in datum. Therefore, it is not possible to align the scale with the axis of measurement. And the scales are subjected to parallax error, and also assistance of magnifying glass or microscope is required if sufficient accuracy to be achieved. So this is the discussion about the line standards. And now coming to the end standards. So when the length is expressed as the distance between two flat parallel faces is known as a end standard. So examples: measurement by slip gauges, end bars, and end of the micrometer anvils, vernier calipers, etc. So the end faces are hardened, lapped, flat, and parallel to a high degree of accuracy. Some of the characteristics of end standards are these are highly accurate and used for measurement of close tolerances, and as well as in standard laboratories, tool rooms, inspection departments, etc. And they require more time for the measurements and measure only one dimension at a time, and they are subject to wear on their measuring faces. So group of slips may be rung together to build up a given size. Faulty ringing and careless use may lead to inaccurate results. So, and standards have built-in datum since their measuring faces are flat and parallel and can be positively locked on datum surface. So they are not subjected to parallax effect as their use depends on feel. The accuracy of both the standards is affected by the temperature change, and both are calibrated at around 19 to 21 degrees centigrade. So it is also necessary to take utmost care in their manufacturing to ensure that the change of shape with the time and secular change is reduced to negligible. And now characteristics like principle, its principle and its accuracy and time of measurement and effect of wear and alignments, its alignment and manufacturing and cost and parallax effect. So these are the various characteristics of line standards and end standards. Okay, I hope everyone understand this line standard and end standard concept. And now move on to the our main topic, angular measurement. Okay, so in this angular measurement we have learned about the protractor and the various types of protractor. So first one is the universal bevel protractor, and next optical bevel optical protractor, and vernier bevel protractor. So one by one we'll discuss these three protractors. So firstly, vernier bevel protractor. So the vernier bevel protractor is a simplest angle measuring instrument which consists of main body, base plate stock, an adjustable blade, and circular plate containing the vernier scale, and acute angle attachment. This figure shows a vernier bevel protractor with acute angle attachment. The body of the V-shaped bevel protractor is designed in such a way that its back is very flat and there are no projections beyond its back. The flatness of the body is tested by checking the squareness of blade with respect to the base plate when the blade is set at 90 degrees. Here the base plate is attached to the main body and an adjustable blade is attached to the circular plate containing the vernier scale. The main scale graduated in degrees is provided on the main body. The adjustable blade is capable of rotating freely about the center of main scale engraved on the body of instrument, which can be locked in any position. An acute angle attachment is provided at the top as shown in this figure for measuring the acute angles. The base of the base plate is made very flat so that it could be laid flat upon the work and any type of angles measured. The blade can be moved along throughout its length and can also be reversed. It is about 150 or 300 meters long and 13 mm wide and 2 mm thickness. So its ends are beveled at angles of 45 and 60 degrees. The acute angle attachment can be readily fitted into the body and clamped in any position. The bevel protractor are tested for flatness, squareness, parallelism, straightness, etc. So here in this figure, the main scale is graduated in degrees of arc. The vernier scale has 12 divisions, each side of the center 0. There are marked 0 to 60 minutes of arc, so that each division equals 1 by 12 of 60. That is 5 minutes of the arc. These 12 divisions occupy the same space as 23 degrees on the main scale. Therefore, each division of the vernier is equal to 1 by 12 of 23 degrees or 111 by 12 degrees. Since 2 divisions on the main scale equals 2 degrees of arc, the difference between 2 divisions on the main scale equals 2 degrees of arc. The difference between 2 divisions on the main scale and 1 division on the vernier scale is 2 degrees minus of 1 by 12 of 23, that equal to 1 by 12 degrees or 5 minutes of the arc. Okay, So now, what is the uses of vernier bevel protractor? So there is use of bevel protractor for checking the inside beveled face of the ground surface, and it is used for checking the V blocks, and it is used for measuring the acute angles. Okay, so this is the vernier bevel protractor. And now coming to the next bevel protractor is universal bevel protractor. The universal bevel protractor is used for measuring and laying out of angles accurately and precisely within 5 minutes. The protractor dial is slotted to hold a blade, which can be rotated with a dial to the required angle, and it can also be adjusted independently at any desired length. The blade can be locked in any position. Okay, and now coming to the optical bevel protractor. So it is the recent development of vernier bevel protractor. By using this instrument, it is possible to take the readings up to approximately 2 minutes of an arc. And the interval circular scale is graduated in the divisions of 10 minutes of arc. So the readings are taken against the fixed index line or vernier by means of optical magnifying system, which is integral with the instrument. So the scale is graduated as a full circle marked 0 to 90, 0.90 to 0.90. The 0 position corresponds to the condition when the table is parallel to the stock. The provision is also made for adjusting the focus of the system to accommodate normal variation in eyesight. The scale and vernier are so arranged that they are always in focus in the optical system. Okay, so I hope everyone understand this optical bevel protractor. So in the universal bevel protractor, uh, this is how it looks like a universal bevel protractor. So you will have a blade. Okay, so here is a blade, will have a slot. So here if you see there is a slot where there is an end mill which is made. So it is at an angle 60 degrees, and here it is cut at some other angle, it is 45 degrees. So this called also used for placing the references, and in this the blade you will see a fine adjustment knob also, which are protractor, and which slides through which can slide. So the protractor is a clamp to the protractor is clamped to the blade by the blade clamper, and this is in turn is clamping by this such that you make sure that this line is in the parallel or it's coincide with the measuring object. So you will have a protractor which is at the bottom. So here is a magnifying lens because in order to have a clarity in reading. So here you see a lens is attached to it, and you get the data. So here is a reference plane is also there. You can place the entire scale with respect to this reference plane. If you want, you can also place the object. It is again an acute angle attachment. So it is 90 degrees, and this at 30 degrees also we can adjust. So you can see these angles which are used to place the workpiece or dial with the workpiece and make it flat. Okay, so it is an angular measuring instrument which is capable of measuring angles to within 5 minutes. So the protractor dial is mounted on the circular cross section of the base. The protractor dial is graduated in degrees with every 10th degree numbered. So vernier, the slide blade is fitted into the dial, it may be extended to either directions set at an angle to the base. The blade and the dial are rotated as a unit. So the fine adjustments are obtained with a small knurled head pinion that is used, so that we can try to do fine adjustment and get the details. So these are the fine adjustment knobs which are there, so that we try to see the matching of this vernier and also the protractor angles. So the protractor dial may be locked. The spacing is vernier is made in such way that at least the least count corresponding to 1 by 12th of the degree. So 1 by 12th of the degree. Okay. Suppose you take 60 or 360, you can go get off 1 by 12th of it. Okay. So this is the universal bevel protractor. I hope everyone understand this universal bevel protractor and optical bevel protractor. So optical bevel protractor means optical bevel protractor is a simple extension of universal bevel protractor. Here we use a lens in the form of an eyepiece is provided to facilitate easy reading of projected scale. The blade is clamped to the dial by means of a blade clamper. So if you look at it, here is a working edge is also there. You can keep an acute angle, and this is base there is a clamp, and here you have a small eyepieces to look at a reading. Here the blade is there which comes in contact with the workpiece, and then the blade clamping device what we use, it is almost very similar to that of bevel protractor except for the optical thing which is visible. So in a vernier protractor, the eyepiece is attached on the top view of vernier scale itself, which together moves and single unit over the stationary dial scale. So the eyepiece provides in a magnified manner. So the acute angle attached is provided to facilitate the acute angle on the workpiece. So if you want to measure, you can do it. Second thing is a clamp is provided to lock for the reading. Okay, so there is a clamp which tries to try and then which prevents it from rotating. So you look at the eye and then try to make the reading. So you will have a vernier reading also here. So these are the various protractors in the metrology. I hope everyone understand this concept. Okay, so next thing is sine bar. Next concept is next instrument is sine bar. So device, so it is a sine bar is a precision angle measuring instrument which is used along with the slip gauges. So what we do is here is a slip gauge. So you put the slip gauges at one end of the roller, you put the slip gauge. So basically what you do is you keep on height. So and here what you do is you this it is a flat surface. So now you place it on an incline, and then you put the workpiece here, then the dial to find out what we say is the theta, to find the theta. So we have to find out the theta. So generally it's a precision instrument to measure the angles very accurately and to locate the workpiece to a given angle within a closed limits. So generally it consists of a steel bar and two rollers. So the sine bar is made of high carbon, high chromium corrosion resistant steel, which is suitably hardened and precision ground and stabilized. The rollers are of accurate and equal diameters. They are attached to the bar at each end. The axes of these rollers are parallel to each other. and also to the upper surface of the bar. The normal distance between the axis of rollers is exactly of about 100 mm, 200 mm or 300 mm. So when the rollers are brought in contact with the flat surface, the top of the bar is parallel to the surface. So the various parts are hardened and stabilized before grinding and lapping. So all the working surfaces of the bar and the cylindrical surfaces are fine to the surface of zero point 0.2 micrometers roughness value or some better things. So sine bars are graded as A grade or B grade sine bar. So A grade B grade sine bars with accuracy of 0.02 mm per meter of length. So these are various types of applications. So several if you do you will have D between two rollers the distance is L. So length of the rollers, that means length of the sine bar, distance between the rollers. So of the angle multiplied between the face plate which is the datum is given rollers. So what we are some object and right, and we have a roller on the other way around we have this. So you have one more roller here. Okay, this is resting on the slip gauge. There is a slip gauge of heights, it's a height h by L. You have to find out. So the principle of operation of sine bar is based on laws of their combination of slip gauges is inserted under the second roller. Okay, so then sine theta equal to h by L, that is equal to theta equal to sine. So for this reason the device is called sine bar. Okay, to exist. So the axis of rollers must be parallel to, and next one is the top surface of bar must have a high degree of flat rollers, and the rollers must be of identical diameters and round within a closed tolerance. Bars, these applications of sine bar means you have to find out the theta. You have to measure the angles. Okay, next clinometers, stay home, stay safe.